Deep research as an alternative to web scraping. Web scraping is the automated process of extracting data from websites by sending HTTP requests and parsing the HTML content. It is essential for efficiently gathering real-time data from websites that do not offer APIs, enabling businesses and researchers to analyze trends, monitor competitors, or feed data-driven applications. It saves time and resources compared to manual data collection. However, web scraping often requires complicated programming skills. Although there are no-code solutions offered by web scraping companies, these services tend to be expensive. An alternative approach that is growing in popularity is deep research powered by AI tools. Deep research can sometimes be a good substitute for web scraping, depending on your objective. AI tools like AI-powered search engines or summarizers can extract and synthesize information across multiple sources without coding. However, they do not provide structured, large-scale datasets like web scraping does, such as entire product catalogs or comprehensive job listings. Instead, deep research excels at intelligent synthesis, contextual analysis, and exploration of information rather than raw data collection. Deep research refers to using AI tools to extract, filter, and synthesize information from various online sources in an intelligent way. These tools are designed to answer complex questions or summarize topics without requiring you to manually browse each site. Today, several AI tools offer deep research capabilities, including ChatGPT, Perplexity AI, and Google Gemini. In this discussion, Gemini is used as an example. Deep research in Gemini is more sophisticated than basic web scraping, even though it involves a form of automated web browsing. What makes deep research unique is its design as an agentic system, meaning it functions like a personal research assistant. Rather than simply pulling data from a single page, it follows a multi-step, reasoning-driven process. When you give Gemini a complex research prompt, it first creates a multi-point research plan. This plan can be reviewed and refined before the tool begins its work. A key difference from a basic scraper, which starts extracting data without strategic planning. Once the plan is set, Gemini autonomously searches the web, deeply browsing hundreds of websites on your behalf. While scraping content may occur during this process, it is not the primary goal. Instead, the aim is to gather relevant, up-to-date information. What truly sets deep research apart is its ability to reason over the information it finds, identifying patterns, inconsistencies, and key themes, and then synthesizing these into a logical and structured report. Unlike a scraper, which might provide only raw data, deep research produces a comprehensive, multi-page report with citations and links to the original sources. For example, consider the growing concern in the U.S. about the rising cost of university education and its return on investment, ROI. Reports frequently claim that while students majoring in STEM fields tend to earn more after graduation, those majoring in arts, humanities, social sciences, or theology often have lower income, leading to debates about the value of such degrees. U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon even suggested that college degrees are not necessary for everyone. Nonetheless, this issue can be explored using deep research. It is worth noting that deep research consumes a significant amount of GPU resources, so most AI platforms limit the number of deep research operations available per month. Therefore, it is wise to carefully formulate a good prompt beforehand. For this investigation, the following prompt was used. Perform a deep research investigation into the return on investment, ROI, for U.S. arts, humanities, and social science degrees compared to STEM degrees. The desired output is a comparative report that uses a table or other clear visual format to display the quantitative data. The report should then provide a detailed analysis of the qualitative differences and conclude with a discussion on whether a purely financial metric is sufficient to evaluate these degrees. After submitting the prompt, Gemini displays the proposed research plan, which can be edited or approved as is. It then shows its reasoning process and the list of websites being examined, which may take a few minutes depending on the data volume. Once complete, Gemini provides an executive summary of the full report. From the Create drop-down menu, you can also request a professional quality infographic. However, as with any AI-generated content, it is important to verify accuracy before sharing. To save the output, use the Copy Contents option from the Share menu. You can paste the HTML code into a text editor or Word document. It is tempting to save the file as HTML. However, in my experience, it didn't work well. As a remedy, it is better to save it as a text file and then rename the file extension from .txt to .htm or .html later. This approach preserves the original formatting. Using the Share option from the pull-down menu, you can disseminate the output on social media such as LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and Reddit. So, what did Gemini's deep research reveal about the value of non-STEM degrees? While STEM graduates generally enjoy a clear early career earnings advantage, arts, humanities, and social science (AHSS) majors often achieve competitive salaries by mid-career, especially when they pursue graduate degrees. Interestingly, the median student debt for a bachelor's degree is similar across STEM and AHSS fields, with the largest debt increases stemming from graduate and professional degrees. Most importantly, despite lower average pay, humanities graduates report life satisfaction levels comparable to graduates in other fields. Personally, having studied visual arts, psychology, philosophy, and theology in the past, I can confirm that financial metrics are not the only measure of success. I am a happy person today. Thanks to deep research, we can challenge the urban legend that non-STEM degrees are not worthwhile. Should you follow your passion rather than chasing job market demand? I hope this example of deep research provides some meaningful insight. From a research perspective, deep research is a viable and cost-effective alternative to web scraping. You can obtain high-quality insights within minutes rather than hours or days. However, deep research is best seen as a complementary approach rather than a complete replacement. Using deep research alongside web scraping can offer a holistic view of complex topics. Do you have pressing questions, such as, how would high tariffs affect the economy? If so, try deep research and see what you uncover. If you find this approach helpful, consider sharing this video and your research findings on social media. Thank you for watching. Mahalo.